What's up everybody, Nick Ehrlich here with the Lean Life Revolution, and today I'm in the office where we're going to go through the similarities and the differences between training and exercising. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Nick, training and exercising, that's the same thing. No, it's not. Bam. No, it's not. Snap out of it. Training and exercising are very different things, and it's important to understand the difference between training and exercising because I want you training, I don't want you exercising. So first, we're going to go through some of the similarities. Now, I would have drawn a Venn diagram, but I'm not good at drawing circles, and I'm not a dork. I'm a meathead, so we're going to do this really simple. I'm not saying Venn diagrams are dorky. Okay, anyway, training burns calories. You go in the gym, you exercise, you work out, you train calories. Great. Exercising does the same thing, okay? Training, it trains your heart rate, it elevates your heart rate, it helps you train yourself cardiovascularly. If you're circuit training with weights, if you're running sprints, if you're running intervals, if you're doing things like that, it helps work your heart rate. So does exercising. You go and you jump on an exercise bike, you do a step class, you do a spin class, you're doing the same thing, okay? Here's where we start to split those roads, okay? With training, training is pre-planned. It's premeditated, partner, okay? People who train seriously, they know what they're doing in the gym that day. They know what they're doing that week. They know what their focus is that month. It's all planned out. Sure, when they get to the gym, if they were planning to do, I don't know, bench press with a barbell and all the benches are taken, maybe they do benches with a dumbbell, but they know what they're doing, okay? Exercising is played by ear. Those are the people who get to the gym and then they decide, I'm just going to do cardio today, or oh, I could jump in that class, I'm going to jump in that class, or maybe I'll go around and I'll work on some machines that aren't occupied. All right, so that's the difference between training and exercising here. Next, training is for a goal, okay? When people are training, a lot of times you hear, I'm training for a marathon, I'm training for an Ironman, I'm training for a bodybuilding show, I'm training for a fight. You hear people train because there is a goal in mind, there's an end zone in mind, there is something that they have to be accountable for at the end of the day. It's being in a certain shape or weighing a certain amount or looking a certain way. There's a goal, there's a destination in mind with training. Whereas with exercising, it's just a run out the clock situation. It's just people who want to move their bodies for 60 minutes a day, 5 days a week. There's no end zone. It's just people who go in there to do things relatively mindlessly, okay? And again, these are things like people who just jump on cardio equipment for an hour, or people who go to a step class 4 days a week, or people who just, you know, get Groupons and go to spin studios for a month. It's just something that you're doing to occupy yourself for that hour that is kind of mindless, okay? Training raises your metabolism. You are building lean tissue. You're building something up. You are getting better. And every time you build up your lean tissue, you're going to also raise your basal metabolic rate, which is a bigger term than I want to use on this channel because I want to keep the expectation of my intelligence reasonably low, okay? But training, lifting weights, working with your body weight, resistance training, interval training, it does things that raise your metabolism for long periods, I dropped my marker, of time, whereas exercising is just really, really good at getting you sweaty, okay? Things like spin classes, Bikram yoga classes, don't even get me started on those, okay? Other things where people just jam on a treadmill for 45 minutes. Yeah, you may burn calories during that hour that you're working out, but all it does is just gets you really sweaty. Your muscles didn't get stronger, your VO2 max didn't increase, you didn't get more flexible, you didn't get leaner, you just ran out the clock for an hour, okay? Now, training challenges you. It pushes you outside of your comfort zone. It makes you set a goal. It makes you set an intention, and it holds you accountable for that. Because let's say I'm training for a marathon, right? If I train and train and train, and I get to that marathon date, and I crap out at mile 16, I failed. And that's a lot of pressure to put on ourselves. So sometimes we don't want to do that, okay? If I'm doing a bodybuilding show, and I walk on stage, and I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I've let myself down. I have failed. Whereas exercising, it lets you stay comfortable because you don't put an expectation on yourself. All you're doing is going in the gym, occupying yourself on equipment for an hour, and leaving. It doesn't challenge you. It doesn't push you outside of your comfort zone. And really, what's the point of all of this if it's not to push ourselves outside of ourselves and our comfort zone and the things we thought we couldn't do, right? And then finally, all these things are because training is goal focused. It gets you somewhere. It's for an intention. It's for a reason. Whereas exercising is just about maybe enjoying yourself for an hour, or maybe just doing something that occupies your time or your mind or your body for 45 to 60 minutes, 4 to 5 days a week. So I hope this makes sense to you because it's something that really is like a center point in a lot of my material here with Lean Life Revolution, is that I want you training. I want you mindfully thinking about everything you're doing, everything you're eating, all of your intentions, all of your goals. And I want you putting that kind of pressure and expectation on yourself to achieve. What I don't want you doing is just mindlessly walking around in the gym for an hour every day and eating kind of clean because why not? You know what I mean? There are so many things we do in our life apathetically, and apathy is the biggest killer of dreams and goals and motivation and everything. So I don't want you working out apathetically, all right? I want you to find something that makes you set a goal for yourself, holds you accountable, pushes you outside of your comfort zone, and ultimately gets you better, okay? So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to click subscribe so you can subscribe to this channel, because we're gonna help show you how you can make sure that you are training and not exercising. And I wanna thank you for joining the revolution. Subscribe right now. We'll see you right back here.